What's happening in Africa when all most of you seem to be doing these days is promoting ignorance. I mean, when you look at most media houses constantly giving platforms to the ignorant, forgetting that once you keep interviewing ignorant people in the interest of raising ratings for your media houses, you are also indirectly creating a path for irrelevant discussions. And irrelevant discussions will always be a diversion from delicate issues. Because you see, the biggest diversion in Africa is purposeful misinformation from the ignorant. Maybe that is why Nelson Mandela once said that fools multiply when intelligent people are silent. You see, just because I am talking about ignorance does not mean that we lack intelligent people in our society. All I'm saying is that your silence, even when you know the solution to our problems, is indirectly giving confidence to the ignorant. And guess what? Bad leaders thrive in an ignorant society. And that's when someone asked, what should we do to tackle this problem? And I simply said, change your mindset. And he asked again, but you said that we have a lot of ignorance. And I said, yes, we have ignorance, and that is why we keep making the same mistakes and somehow expecting different results. Albert Einstein. The thing is, we can only get rid of ignorance by simply educating society, by making them know that freedom is a right, not a luxury, that peace is not the absence of wars, but rather the presence of social, economic, and political justices. That those using guns to intimidate our people should know, should be taught that holding a gun does not equate to bravery. And that's when one of the guys replied by saying, you see, Fahad, most of our people are now educated. In fact, he went ahead and said that this is an exposed generation. Just because we know the latest phone, the latest songs, the new trending clothes. I smirked. Ladies and gentlemen, when he said that, I just knew. Because that became the key to our discussion. A smart man once said, never let your education stand in the way of your learning. Which means regardless of how exposed or educated you are, you should always leave room for learning. Or else we will have a lot of educated people that will in return become educated fools because their ego prevented them from learning something new. And just like Dr. Rigsby once defined it, ego is the anesthesia that deadens the pain of stupidity. And pride is the burden of a foolish person. Which means that when you are too proud to learn from others, you are indirectly dismantling hope in society. Which means that classroom education alone is not enough to create an impact, especially when there is so much to learn out there. So ladies and gentlemen, if I ask you today, how do we change the mindset? I would answer it like this. Step one, we get educated. Education is an enlightening process of receiving and providing knowledge through systematic instructions. Step 2, we leave room for more learning. Learning refers to an intellectual process of acquiring new skills and knowledge through experiences. Sometimes those experiences might be a result of the decisions you made to become rich, or the decisions you made to become poor. At the end of it all, you learn from them. That is learning. And maybe when people start joining education and leaving more room for learning, their mindset will change. Mindset is a set of beliefs that helps you make a sense of the world and yourself. You see, when your mindset changes, you will get the wisdom to approach things differently. And that will most likely give you the chance to get positive results. When your mindset changes, you will realize that you cannot dream of becoming something that you know nothing about. You will realize that you cannot dream or get the will to make an impact in Africa when you know nothing about its history, its beauty, or even its challenges. Which means, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to produce morally upright, instigated children in the future, change your mindset. If you want to teach our people to stop being comfortable in uncomfortable situations, change your mindset. If you want to differentiate facts from opinions, change your mindset. And if you want to have leaders that won't define positive criticism as a threat to their positions of power, change your mindset. And if you want to break the cycle or believe that Africa is a follower or inferior, change your mindset. If you want your children to do the right thing, even when they are pushed to do only what benefits them, change your mindset. And if we want our people to have the courage that is hot enough to burn doubts from their minds and hesitation from their hearts, change your mindset. And if we want to combat corruption that is literally turning into a religion in Africa, change your mindset. Ladies and gentlemen, the key to our success is hiding in plain sight, the mindset. Because when you are caged up, the first thing that gets locked up is your mind. I beg you today to not limit your aspirations for greatness and tap the untapped potential of Africa and Africans. Ladies and gentlemen, I always use this statement every time I am ending my speeches. What makes a legend? Is it what you do when you're still alive, or how people remember you when you're dead? Those two statements mean the same. The things you do when you are still alive are the things people will always use to remember you when you're dead. With those few remarks, I would like to remind you that my name is Father Mionso, and my mission is to leave behind a life-inspiring legacy where hope is for all and not for some. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.